Hello Hofstra fans, welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. Anthony Santinello now joined by the head coach of the Hofstra Pride women's soccer team, Simon Riddiough. Coach, how's it going?
It's going great, thank you.
So Hofstra wins the CAA regular season title. You guys end up hosting the upcoming CAA tournament. How much does that mean to your squad?
Yeah, it was perfectly needed right now. We needed to give some players a rest, mentally and emotionally more so than physically, and getting that extra week just to chill and kind of get back to normal habits was fantastic for us. Now it's time to get stressed again, build it up and get ready for Friday's game.
Now the other team that's hosted the CAA tournament since you've been here, the 2010 team, that was one of obviously the better teams that you've ever coached. Getting to the NCAA tournament, losing to JMU in the CAA championship though. Do you see any comparisons from that team to this year's team?
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm constantly comparing individuals and so forth, and that team was obviously the benchmark for Hofstra athletics from our perspective. However, this team is, from an individual perspective, very close to that. Obviously, they have some strengths and our strengths are different. It's a very good team, this one. I spoke to the team yesterday. It's amazing that we are 16th in the RPI. It stands for a good test for us to get into the NCAAs. And we've got winners, and that's what that 2010 team had. They had winners who would carry the team, and this team's no different.
You talk about winners, Leah Galton obviously being one of them. 11 goals on the season in the CAA. Do you think she is a legitimate candidate for CAA Player of the Year, and do you think she should win the award this year?
We talk about players in our conference, and this conference this year has been awesome. And some players on other teams have had tremendous years. And you can pick a handful of players. We've got Jill Moreland, who probably deserves to be in the hat for that as well. But Delaware's Zelenki, Herndon for James Madison, Maddie McCormick for UNCW, they've all had fantastic seasons. However, Leah is a difference maker. As good as those guys have been, I still believe that Leah is the best player in the conference. She's been game planned. Everybody plans for Leah Galton, everybody doubles her, everybody triples her, and she still manages to have a huge effect on the game. I'd be hugely disappointed if she didn't get the Conference Player of the Year. I understand these votes and opinions are opinions, and I'm slightly biased. I would like to believe she'll get it, but you never know. When it's in the hands of all the other coaches, you hope they see what you see and they vote accordingly.
And Jill Holland, the player in the preseason that you also talked about, would have a huge role this season if she stayed healthy. She did that. Did she have the type of effect that you thought she would have in the preseason?
Yeah, she just gradually got better and better as the seasons got along. And in some key moments in the season when we needed a special player to step up, she did. Towson game winner in overtime, Northeastern game winner, and the go-ahead goal. That's what Jill does. Late in games, she grinds and she drives the team forward, and she's just getting healthier and healthier and playing with more confidence. And she is what we expected, and she's probably a big reason why we're where we are now.
And one other player, Frederica Merring's also stepped up lately and had back-to-back shutouts on the final weekend against Delaware and Drexel. How important has she been down the stretch in keeping you guys at top of the CAA?
Yeah, Freddie's taken some tough criticism, and some from me as well. There's no secret there. We've challenged her to get better and better and be more consistent. And it was a rough beginning of the season. She wasn't consistent, she was inconsistent. She had one game, good game, then an average game, then a good game. I think she's found it now. I think she's found that consistency. She's training much better. She's training with more confidence. She's playing much better, and she's the player we expected her to be when we brought her in. And obviously I gave her 2 clean sheets last week and buoyed the confidence a little bit. And now she's playing with a good level of belief, a good level of consistency, and she's making big saves. So I can't ask for anything more from a goalkeeper at this stage of the season.
Now let's talk about this James Madison matchup. You guys tied earlier in the season, 1-1. Leah Galton scores a goal in the 84th minute to tie it up for Hofstra. What are you going to change from that game plan that you had against James Madison earlier, and what are you going to keep the same in that matchup?
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not going to tell you because Dave Lombardo's probably watching right now. But it was a good game. We got two playoff experienced teams going at it again. We always appear to be playing JMU in the playoffs. They're well experienced. They've got a great coach. They've got some special players. Herndon and Bunner are awesome to watch. It's going to be a battle, as all playoff games are. It's a 50-50 right now. And they've got just as much chances to win it as we have. And whoever steps up on the day, if our special players play better than their special players, there's a good chance we win. And it could be the same role reverse. They'll be organised, they'll be athletic, they'll be physical. And we'll do the same thing. So it's going to be a very good game. I'm not going to tip my hat too much to tactics, but we've got to deal with some of their things, and we'll do our best to do that.
And the other semi-final matchup, UNCW against William & Mary, two teams that have been very good in CAA so far this season. What do you look for? Who do you look to come out in that matchup?
Yeah, it's a good one. I think that's going to be an exciting game. William & Mary are 29th in the RPI, and Wilmington are 37th. You know, from a conference playoff perspective, we've got James Madison at 49, us at 16, William & Mary at 29, and Wilmington at 37. I think you're going to have four extremely talented teams going at it, and it's probably the most competitive playoff situation we've had in a long, long time. And that's no different between Wilmington and William & Mary. They're both different types of teams. William & Mary are organised, disciplined, very well coached. And they're going to pick their times to dominate the games. They're going to try and possess the game. And Wilmington's more down your throat, fire, speed, aggressiveness, more offensive minded. And it's going to be a really good battle. I think all two games this weekend on Friday anyway, will be tremendously exciting for the crowds.
And one final question: what does your team have to do what's one thing they have to do to come away with the CAA championship?
Pray a lot. No, I just think we've just got to control what we can control. We accept that the referees are going to make the decisions. We have to prepare properly. We have to stick to the game plan. And ultimately, if we work as hard as we can, I think we can win every game. You know. It's as simple as that. If we want it more than the other teams, I know it seems a bit cliche and a bit simplistic, but I think that's what it comes down to this week, and whoever wants it more will win the league.
Head coach of the Hofstra Women's Soccer Team, Riddiough. Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck.